In today's video, we're going to break down a coverage trick that you can utilize against trip style sets to help shut down some of those crossers and those pesky corner routes. And this is something that you could do out of drop zone plays that's going to make them play so much better. Probably confuse your opponent just a little bit as well. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Zan from... I just chattered my teeth on that intro. That actually kind of hurt. What is up, guys? Zan from the Madden YouTube channel, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking down a coverage tip that you guys can use within a drop zone based defense. If you guys could do a quick favor for me, just make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that like button on this video and drop a comment, an emoji, or something else in the video below that will help push this in the YouTube algorithm to reach other Madden players just like you. I know there's a lot of players out there that really like playing mostly zone, probably fewer this year than previous years, but in this video, I'm going to show you guys a way that you can help kind of match certain receivers in trip style sets. So let's go ahead and get into it here. I just dropped my controller. Wow, this is going really well so far. So let's go ahead and get into it. Finally, we are going to be breaking down the trips tight end here, but I want you guys to kind of keep in the back of your minds that if your opponent does a motion that ends up with a formation being a trip set, you can use this adjustment on the fly as well. So we'll kind of go ahead and use this primarily against the trips meta, and you know, every once in a while situationally if somebody likes to motion a lot. So the trick that we're going to break down is going to require that you guys turn on match. Now, don't worry. We're not going to be actually playing a match defense such as quarters or palms or even cover 3 match. We're just going to choose a generic run-of-the-mill zone such as cover 3 sky, maybe Tampa 2, maybe a little bit of the cover 3 cloud. It's really up to you what you guys want to do in terms of how you're going to play this trick, but this is a really good way to neutralize the third receiver in a trip set. So I'm going to go ahead and call maybe just to start off cover 3 sky. I think that'd be an easy way to explain this. And this is going to be something that's going to allow you to stop corners, crossers, and posts, which are routes that a lot of times historically have to be usered, especially when you're playing a zone and somebody has a runoff route. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll go ahead and show you with this particular play, which is your double in sail. Now I'm going to widen out the left side of the field to give us more room to throw the corner route, just to show the effectiveness of this particular tip. And this tip is really viable when somebody is running off the outside third or outside fourth in your defense. So when I'm in a cover 3, obviously our sideline zone, which is this far left player, Bradbury, he's going to be pulled vertically by the streak, and then the corner route is going to break under that. That's a problematic route for a lot of players. So the trick that we're going to use is with our match setting on in a zone-based play, we are going to click onto a safety, and we are going to put them into the inside quarter. The inside quarter is right stick to the right. And that's going to make it look like they're playing basically a deep inside 25% of the field. But really what it's going to do is it's going to activate a trips match rule, which is going to make Epps basically mirror our third receiver, which is Kayvontae Turpin. So when Turpin goes to run this corner route, it's actually going to look like man-to-man in terms of how it plays. Now, because we were in a cover 3 defense, we are most likely going to need to replace that middle third, or else the middle of the field could be wide open for a one-play score. So you guys could go ahead and maybe put this middle linebacker into a middle third to replace that. In rush 4, if you guys want to replace his hook curl, feel free to do that. We could go ahead and put Hargrave into a hook curl on the right, which allows us to have, you know, 2 hooks in the middle of the field along with our 2 curl flats. But we're specifically going to be neutralizing Turpin on this play and then replacing the middle third. Whatever zone you put the safety or take the safety out of to use the inside quarter, you're probably going to want to replace. So just keep that at the back of your mind. But as it pertains this particular play, when we snap this ball, you're going to see that Turpin runs to the corner and Epps is going to match that. And that's going to be a very difficult throw, especially if you guys have a knockout ability or anything on that safety that is mirroring that player. Hey guys, just want to say if you're enjoying this coverage tutorial content, make sure you guys head over to gridirongameplans.gg. Over on the website, we have 5 full offensive and defensive game plans, one of which is our match defensive game plan, specializing on special coverage rules to combat the most popular offensive metas. On top of that, we have our offensive game plans and over 75 vault tips already since launch in our vault over the first 2.5 to 3 months of the game, with our Discord channel where we have our live Wednesday lab sessions every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you guys head over to gridirongameplans.gg. Now back to the video. What's also really cool about this particular play is that, let's say, for instance, our opponent wanted to maybe throw a post route. Let's say they come out with their trips to the short side of the field. That's usually an indicator that that player is going to cross the field and not run to the corner. So in this play, we have the play drive post. You also might be facing the play curl flat out of trips tight end where this B receiver is on a post. You could use this exact same trick to make this work. Now, I want to break this down on 2 levels. You can either take the trip side safety and do this, which is what we showed in the previous play, or you could actually take the opposite side safety and do the exact same thing with him. So I'm going to put CJ Gardner-Johnson into the inside quarter. He was originally in a purple zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my purple zone. And then maybe if I wanted to replace that hook curl, I could again drop Hargrave into the hook, or we could just leave the front 4 rushing and then I just have 1 hook curl on this play. But as it pertains to this post route, especially when they try to run off the deep zones with a tight end streak to open up the post underneath of it, we don't have to worry about that because we've got a special player dedicated to it, which allows us to then play the underneath crossing routes, whether that's drags, in, slants, or maybe a running back on a Texas route or an in route out of the backfield. So again here, when we take a look at the instant replay, if you take a look at Gardner-Johnson, he's on an inside quarter, but because we have the match setting active, he is going to basically match the number 3 receiver on the other side of the field. You see right here, this post runs right into him. He's kind of sitting nice and neat underneath the field as well. If you think about an inside pass to the tight end off the line, he could actually be in a decent spot to react to this if the ball were thrown here. Otherwise, he's just going to match onto this route and take it across the field. It's not going to win on a post or even a crossing route. So this is a great little trick that you can use against trips tight end. However, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if your opponent is somebody that likes to create a lot of motion in their offense to create trips, this is another great example of a trick that you can use on the fly. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is, let's say that our opponent is in a formation like doubles and they decide to motion out and go to a trip style look. So right here, it's a 2x2. And if they were to motion to the right here, we now have a 1x3. When they have a 1x3, we can activate this package. So let's say right here in this example, we wanted to take our curl flat and have him match the tight end, who would be the number 3 receiver on that side. We would put him into the inside quarter. And then if you wanted to replace your curl flat, you would do so yet again right here with Edwards going out. Again, you're going to be lurking in the middle of the field. But what's really cool about this is that you have this deep middle third that can handle a post from either of the 2 outside receivers on the right. But then you've got this special route, right, or this special zone right here that is going to neutralize the tight end completely. So in the event that somebody were to run some sort of flooding combo to the right side of the field, you're again going to see that the tight end is matched man to man. And we obviously would have to be guarding the deep middle of the field on that particular play. I think my user was just hanging out, but you would have the user responsibility dropping, you know, over the top of everything into this area of the field. So the red user right here on this play would have actually been, you know, back in this area covering the deep middle third. I just wasn't using the defensive controller, but this would be a rotation out over the top. So this is a really great way to kind of, you know, neutralize the inside most option in a trip style look. Now, I do want to show you guys bunch real quick. So if we were to call maybe a gun bunch and try this trick out of a cover 3 even on this, I do want to kind of display that. So let's say I took this box safety, let's flip this play. Let's say I took this box safety, CJ Gardner-Johnson, I put him on an inside quarter. We don't have a curl flat on that side, so I'm going to replace my curl flat. Let's say we're facing verticals and we snap this ball. You're going to see here that this does match the bunch inside quarter as well. So kind of a neat trick to neutralize the tight end in bunch as well. If I were to go ahead and try this again, I'm going to put CJ Gardner-Johnson on the inside quarter, and then I'll put Edwards into a curl flat, and there we go. If we were to run something, say maybe I'll just go ahead and run another flooding combo here. Let's say that we were to run just a sideline flood. We snap this ball. You see that the inside quarter is going to match the tight end on the out route. So if you guys struggle with, say, the play clear out of, I believe it used to be Seattle bunch. I want to say maybe the Ravens have it as well. Maybe you struggle with bench pivot, that little S corner from bunch. Really any formation where there's 3 receivers to a side and you struggle with the inside most option, this is a great way to neutralize it. So I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop those below. And as always, make sure you guys check out gridirongameplans.gg for more. $9.95 unlocks the entire website. We'll see you guys right back here tomorrow with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.